Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing well. We're here with a general reading. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm seeing somebody come through and say something to you, but you may not be into whatever this is. For some of you, somebody's like texting you or DMing you or something. This can also just be somebody saying something to you and you're like, you know what, when I think about it, I don't really feel like that resonates with me. Yeah. Judgment card. Thinking about things, reflecting on things, getting to the core, getting to the bottom. Judgment is about analyzing something and really taking a deep look at it. It's about also reaching higher perspective through analysis. This has to do with the past for you, or somebody that you know, that you may actually be deciding to move on from, rather than sticking around. This is somebody that you had a tough ending with. The way that the Six of Cups came out, what it looks like to me is that this person could have still been on your mind, or you could have even still been considering things with this person. Giving like ex vibes here with the Six of Cups. Whether this was like a romantic relationship or a friendship or something like that. But to have the Judgment card here, you may be kind of rethinking why things came to an end with this person. Maybe because that's going to be relevant, because you could even be in a spot where you're like, I was maybe entertaining having this person back in my life. But after you using the Judgment card, you can come to a conclusion that maybe that's not a great idea. Maybe you're getting to a spot where you feel like it is a good idea. It's just going to depend on what you see for yourself. And especially, like, Judgment card is addressing something. It is going to be the opposite of avoiding something and, like, not thinking about it or doing something without having, like, a further analysis of why you're doing what you're doing. You know, you don't want to just do something impulsively where it wasn't something that you thought about. You really want to consider this and you want to pay attention to it. And above all, you want to be mindful of whatever this is that's manifesting between you and this person. But yeah, for some of you, this may be a specific message. You may have somebody that things ended with them and they're coming back to reach out to you. But to have the Four of Cups is like you're not into wanting to have a conversation with this person or like really wanting them back in your life. To have also the Ten of Swords, like you would have felt like you had some sort of karmic connection with this person. To have Saturn here, this is this is something that could have felt really harsh between you and this person. Something so harsh that you wouldn't want to repeat it again. Something where it's like, oh, I've learned my lesson. We don't need to get back into this again. To have both the World and also the Ten of Swords. Definitely an I've learned my lesson feeling coming off of that. Yeah. Something may have really hurt you. Something happened that was really hurtful between you and this person. This could have been somebody that you were working with or somebody that you were actively collaborating with. when I say that, it does look like something personal was also going on too. When I say like collaborating with someone, you could have like spiritually been collaborating with them. Like this person came into my life for this reason, and like I learned this through that experience, whatever this was for you. So it's like taking a deep look with a judgment card. It's like really analyzing something, really wanting to cut through to the truth, to the point of it. This has to do with a past relationship where there was like pain. This does feel like maybe there was one particular event that really stands out to you, but I'm seeing it kind of be like sprinkled with situations that maybe kind of felt hurtful that happened, but there may be one particularly that really stands out to you. And it was with somebody that you felt very close with at one point in time. And that's why it also hurt so badly, because it's like if we're that close and this thing happens, you know, because it's not just somebody that you didn't really care about. This was somebody that you cared for, and then had something happen that felt very painful between you and this person, where you felt really hurt. With the Three of Pentacles, this could have been somebody that you shared ideas with and stuff. Yeah, I'm seeing you be at a point where you're like, I do not want to have a repeat of that event. So there is some form of rejection here that I'm seeing with the Four of Cups. What's kind of weird though is that it's like if something happened between the two of you that would make one feel even deterred from the relationship. It's like there was this painful thing that happened in the past, and then I'm seeing the Lovers. So this is connected with like you and this person, but somebody may have been in a spot where they were like, even though there was all of this pain and maybe even something unresolved, to have this, it means that like something is coming around and being offered to you, like somebody being like, hey, you want to get together again, or you want to be friends again. I'm seeing these two actually look like they're holding hands. So they want to be like close with you again, but Four of Cups is like, nah, I'm not really into that, or like I don't want a relationship like that with you. It's a feeling that like you've been burned before, and you're in a spot where you're like, I don't need to learn that lesson again. I don't need to go through that again. Like, I saw what I needed to see here. But you may be reviewing this, because I'm getting, with the Judgment card, kind of like a sense of reviewal. This situation definitely had an impact on, like, the way that you perceive yourself. Kind of have to do with, like, your confidence, your self-esteem, things like that. Self-love. It seems too like by you having the strength to turn, okay, this is coming through strongly, by you having the strength to check in with yourself and be like, does this resonate with me, like being together with this person, or does this not? By you having the strength to really follow your intuition and bring what's going on intuitively outwardly, parallel with your actions and the choices that you're making, I'm seeing something that like really builds your self-confidence, because you did what you needed to do. So it was like, no, I'm gonna turn that thing down if that's not resonating with me. And I feel very like confident and powerful because of making that choice for myself, because I stayed true to myself. And I didn't do it for anyone else. I did it for me. So it's very, very powerful here. Because the Queen of Wands is going to make decisions for them that work for them. Not doing something to try to people please or anything like that. Like, if something's not resonating, it's not resonating. It is what it is. But this may have been something like heavy psychologically that you ended up clearing out and working through. So it does seem like once you turn something down, like you walk away feeling empowered actually from this situation. The empowerment comes with you truly checking in and asking yourself whether or not something resonated with you, and then making a choice that's parallel with what you find. So if somebody coming through and being like, do you want to be together, is not resonating with you, when you really check in with yourself and you say, no, I'm not about that, that's where the empowerment comes from. Like you making a choice that you feel like this is the right thing for me. This is a choice that's in alignment with me. This is the healthy thing to do. This is me showing up for myself. And it does look like there's something new that you are going to be starting. Nonetheless, you may still be feeling a bit tied down from your past. It's like this. Say there was somebody that at one point in time you were like, I can't imagine living my life without this person. And then when push comes to shove, you end up in a situation where you were like, I'm finally standing up for myself. I'm empowering myself. I'm saying no because I don't want to be together with you anymore, or I'm not trying to make this happen. Like, I've just experienced enough pain. I'm ready to move on from this situation. And truly, when I check in with myself, I'm seeing that I'm actually like not into being with you anymore. And so you make this choice for yourself. Now you're moving on. There is something new that you're starting, that you are feeling a sense of, you feel engaged in this, you feel excited about this. It's something that is like a magnetizing thing that you're moving towards, like a new path or a new project, or just something that you're going to be investing your energy, for some of you, your creativity, into this thing. I am seeing that when things feel more difficult or more stressful, when it comes to this new thing that you're doing, you may think back to that person and be like, I wonder what it would have been like if I would have stayed with them. It's going to be normal to feel that when you move on from something. Like the grieving process and the moving on process, it's not linear. It's not linear. So there are going to be some days when you like don't even think about them. There are going to be other days when you think about them all day. There are going to be some days when you think about them a little and then you get distracted by something else. It's like it's going to come and go in waves. So this is about getting to a point where you check in with yourself and you're like, I made the right decision. It's okay for me to be having these feelings that are coming up, especially when I feel stressed out or when things are not easy for me, that I think back to, maybe if I went a different route, it would have been different. It's just normal. It's just all part of it. But don't have that be influencing you by you coming to the conclusion that you made the wrong choice, because you did not make the wrong choice. You made the right choice. And that may be what all of this is about, because as I said before, I'm seeing this be more of like a review for you of what you've already done, and now that you're doing something new, you may really be like thinking back towards this person and being like, like, let me just look at this one more time and see, like, did I really make the right choice here? But yeah, just like you're growing accustomed to this new chapter, to the new stuff that you are doing, separated from this person. Because this is coming through strongly too. The way that things were when you were with this person, like you tied part of your identity, intertwined part of your identity with this person, and so you kind of like moved as a unit for a period of time. And so like breaking out into your own energy is also going to feel different, because there's a lot of self-discovery here of what this means for you now that you're not associated with this person in that way. And you could be thinking too about like your relationship or your friendship or the support even that you had from this person. Because it's like when times get rough, of course you're going to think about like the support that you wish you had in a situation. But rather than being like, oh, I'm missing them, so I'm going to turn around and go back, this is like your guides telling you, reality check. Let's realize why you're not connected with that person anymore in that way, and why you're doing what you're doing, you know? Because these these times that feel more stressful or more strained or more difficult, they're just going to pass you by. It's just a transient state. And you're working on like your independent energy and handling things on your own as well. Yeah, you may be struggling when it comes to like resources and stuff like that, or like creating stability within your life. It seems like a lot of high intensity energy, like maybe, yeah, something high intensity where it's like high stress, high reward. Like, it's going to be worth it to me because I'm going to get this at the end, but I'm really pushing my limit here. You may feel like with whatever this thing is that you're doing. I'm having a message come through. This may not be, I'm seeing this be a specific message. For some of you, you're like getting a new place, or you got a new place and you feel happy about being in that space because like you may associate your old place with your ex, especially like if your ex frequented there, or you guys lived together or something like that. And there's like an excitement about being in this new place because your ex has never been there before, so it feels kind of like a new beginning in that way. Kind of like pure, you may feel. Like maybe something that sort of feels more like your own. Yeah, when somebody came through, I do get this coming from the outside. Like when this person came through and they were like, hey, don't you want to be together with me? It seems like by you turning something down that it created like a fight or an argument or a quarrel or something like that between you and this person. And you may have been thinking like, was this the right thing for me to do? Because I'm even seeing there be like inner tension and conflict because by you saying like, no, I don't want that, which was like you being honest with yourself and with this person, it could have created a clash actually between you and this person, which maybe made you think about things. Had you maybe rethinking things. However, like when it comes down to it, it's like, are you going to lie to them and say that you want to be together with them when you really don't, just to keep the peace? You know, like Five of Swords is like, this needed to happen. It needed to be confronted because something needs to be worked out and addressed. And it's better to just address it than to deny it or to kind of like run away from it or avoid it just because there may be a confrontation here. But yeah, you may have experienced a confrontation with this person and had that feel uncomfortable. Because you also would feel kind of like a conflict or confrontation with yourself because of that too, asking yourself like, was this really the right choice? However, I'm seeing you be reassured when you check in because you're like, yeah, it was the right choice. I wasn't feeling them like that. So it is what it is. Yeah, something was out of alignment with you and this person, I'm seeing. Like, I'm definitely getting somebody may have had some issues that needed to be balanced out, that this is actually creating space between the two of you for you to, like, go your own way and work on your own stuff. Because it seemed like some sort of, like, dependency was kind of present within the relationship in a way that was not being regulated, and that this actually pulls something apart that needed to be pulled apart and rebalances it. This is like kind of the genesis of something unhealthy going on within your dynamic partnership, and this is like the rebalancing of all of that. So this is for the highest good for each of you. Now, it does feel like the reason that this is coming up is because like you may be like needing to make a decision or needing to set boundaries or like hearing from this person. For some of you, you're still in contact with this person. For others of you, you're going to be connecting with this person and needing to like reaffirm, implement your boundaries. Because you may be like getting information or like they're coming through and like wanting to talk to you or something like that. But I'm seeing the advice for you is to be the Queen of Swords, which means like you can listen to the person, but don't take on their projected energy, and also make sure that you're protecting yourself and setting boundaries. And then if anything is moving in a direction where you're like, this is not it for me, then move away from it. Don't feel like you need to be stuck. You're not obligated. This is what I'm seeing. Okay, so we have Pluto and Gemini, and we also have Capricorn and Libra. Prioritize what you want to do for yourself. This is definitely the time to focus on you and what you want. Okay, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.